Hello, this is Bryce here from my living room. Oh my god. Kicks my camera. Welcome to a special TOUTTE Saturday. This is obviously everything technologically has run smoothly. Ryan's screen is not freezing at all, and everything's going to work perfectly. How are you doing today, Ryan?
This is definitely not our fourth recording attempt. The internet doesn't seem to like us right now. My camera's not working. We've been freezing. It's probably fine. As long as you can hear us, I don't think anybody's here for TOUTTE's incredible visuals, except for when we open our amazing tier list.
With pop-ups.
I'm doing great. Our last video did well. We gained a whopping 5 subscribers. It was doing well views wise. So remember to smash that like button, go sub down below, leave a comment, let us know what you want us to talk about. It hit podcast, TOUTTE podcasts. The end.
Yeah, it's sweeping America. Well, for today's special episode, we're talking about the squeakquel to the worst HOH moves, which is the worst veto moves. And basically what that means is someone had veto and did something very stupid, pretty easy, So I'm ready to get into it. You got any disclaimers, things to say before we get this roast a cooking?
I mean, some of them will kind of be jointly veto HOH. Some of them will be not using vetoes. Some of them will be using vetoes. Some of it is the HOH had the veto and did something stupid with it. Some of them is somebody that wasn't HOH had the veto and did something really stupid with it. There will probably be a few overlaps that we either won't talk about or will zoom by very quickly because they were in the HOH video. There's also going to be a few that you might expect to be talked about that we won't. For example, Evil Dick used the veto on his daughter instead of himself. I don't really consider that because he was saving his family member. It is what it is. In Big Brother 19, Matt didn't use the veto on himself, but that was because that was the only way they could backdoor Cody, and it worked. He didn't go home, so it wasn't bad. He did what he wanted. But there's stuff like that. But we have a pretty good amount to talk between.
Yeah. And our lists are pretty much the same, practically, maybe minus a couple of tweaks. So I don't know. Do you still want to do the whole Ryan Bryce both way, or I was just thinking we could just do a little S and whatever. It's up to you though.
I would still like to have it at a top 10 at the end, especially there are some that I definitely think are worse or better. Yeah, Bryce and I kind of went through and looked at a list together that we put, but we haven't ordered it or anything. We haven't talked about our personal opinions on where we would rank them, so I think there's still a lot to be talked about.
Okay, so I'm going to do a little Ryan Bryce both, and we're going to pull up this tier list. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button. Today's video is sponsored by the pop-ups on Tier Maker. They've always been with us every step of the way, and we wouldn't be here without them. All right, look. It's also sponsored by me sharing the screen and forgetting to move the freaking thing to the... There we go.
Wow.
I click this thing that automatically does it, so I don't even have to manually do it anymore.
The worst part is, if things keep freezing, I'm not even going to be able to help you find things on the tier list.
Listen, I'm very brave. I'm a grown man. I can do it. Okay, so let's get things started. Do you mind if I go first?
Go ahead. I was going to personally suggest we just get the two obvious ones out of the way where people don't veto.
Let's do it. Okay, Marcellus, dumb idiot. Stupid face. We all know. What's your other obvious one?
Zach in last season not using a secret veto on himself and being evicted.
Yeah, Zach, dumb idiot, stupid face. They were stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, again, for most of these we'll have more to say, but these are kind of boring. Yeah, we get it. They didn't save themselves. They got evicted. Those are the obvious veto moves. But it's we have more interesting ones to talk about after that.
Yep. And I'm going to start from square one. I don't know if I don't think you had this on your list, but it might have been the first ever veto. I think it might have been, yeah.
It was.
I'm gonna put from Big Brother 3, our main man Jerry, Mr. Gerald, vetoing Marcellus. Now, I do have. Oh God, I have to find this all by myself. This is really scary. This is so scary, Ryan. I found him though.
Yeah, I was looking around.
So this is, I think, the first week of Big Brother 3. And I have a soft spot in my heart for this because basically Marcellus was cooked, going home first. The entire house wanted him out. And Jerry basically was like, well, I think you all want him out because he's black and gay, so I'm going to veto him. And honestly, they might have all wanted him out because he's black and gay. So, like, work, Jerry, good for you. But it made everyone fucking hate Jerry for, like, the rest of the season because he, like, instantly went against, like, everything that people wanted. And it is funny how the first HOH and first veto uses were, like, kind of awful. We didn't even talk. Did we talk about Mike Boogie's HOH in the last one? Because that was unfortunate. But,
but, you know.
It's okay. But yeah, this kind of him beating Marcellus. Well, I don't think it's necessarily top 10 because he did last quite a bit longer. He kind of had to win comps, and it made him hated for like the entire season, as well as because he, I don't know, didn't wash his hands and tossed a salad. So appreciate it, Jerry, but not the best game move.
Yeah, and I mean, what makes it worse than you even mentioned is that he was in the alliance with the HOH in the majority of the house, and then didn't tell any of them he was going to do this either, to my recollection. So it's not only the fact that he made a bad move, like, he didn't even really super get Marcellus's loyalty to what I remember. Like, I don't think Marcellus really gave a fuck about Jerry. But
did you just get a phone call?
Yeah, I'll call her back.
That's frying me.
Yeah, like Marcellus didn't really give a fuck about him, and then he didn't even tell anyone he was going to do it. So it's even worse than it could have been.
Well, shout out Jerry. Did you have that on your list, or is that just a Bryce special?
I didn't really like make a specific list. I don't know if it would be there for me, but I
right, we'll keep it. We'll keep it in the Bryce category.
Yeah, our Bryce Ryans can kind of be whatever we want it to be.
Okay, cool.
I want to talk about an interesting one to get us started. I also don't know if this necessarily makes my top 10, but I want to talk about Matt's usage of his Diamond Power of Veto.
Okay.
So Matt is at the final 8, and he is on the block, and he knows for a fact he is going home. He has been told by Hayden that Matt will be getting evicted here. Matt stands up, pulls out the Diamond Power Veto, and says, I will be nominating Sheriff Kathy. So, on paper, this is not a terrible, terrible thing. Because Kathy goes home, then he's still between the brigade, and then his little side thing with Reagan and Brittany. However, the brigade was not just voting him out because of circumstance here. They were all actively targeting Matt. Brittany wins the next HOH, and every single one of them is begging her all week to backdoor Matt. And it eventually works because Brendan wins veto. If Matt stands up, says, hey, by the way, Brittany, Reagan, Brendan, the brigade exists, and just nominates one of them, I think his position skyrockets. It also gets him a lot of jury credit, puts him in a good position. You could argue it makes him too big of a target, but like I don't think Brittany ever goes after him if he wins the next, or if she still wins the next HOH like she really did. Like, I don't know. It's just, Kathy, was like not with him, but she also was a complete non-threat in the game. So I still have never personally agreed with this, but I don't necessarily know if it's bottom 10. I think his better move, like even if Kathy goes, I think he should just go to Brittany then and reveal the brigade.
I think it's more after once Brittany's HOH. Like, I don't know. It's not great. Yeah, sorry, continue.
Yeah, but also he didn't know Brittany would win the HOH, and I think like again, he didn't know it, but the entire brigade was actively targeting him at this point. Just take the shot.
I think it's one of the things, it's like it looks stupider, in my opinion, than it is on paper because it's such a big power to take out Kathy, and he did go the next week. But I think it's like, there has to be a lot of hindsight knowledge to like. I feel like it's a big hindsight thing too, where it's like all those pieces are hard for him to put together. Like I can see from how his perspective, he still thinks the brigade's with him and only acting him out of circumstance. I can see that and how he would be in a good spot. And to be honest, I don't think he goes much further if he does put up one of the brigade members too. I think they just trash into the whole house, and I don't know what's Kathy gonna fucking do for him. So I don't know if there was really any good option, and I don't necessarily mind him making the safe play, even if it didn't work out. So for me, it's not bottom 10, but I do understand why people don't like it. It's just kind of a weird situation. So yeah, but I get it. Okay, cool. Let's see who to talk about next. Well, let me consult my handy list that I have. Okay, awesome. Let me talk about another obvious one here. How about let's get the obvious ones out of the way. We're gonna go all the way to Big Brother 14. There's in that picture of Danielle with her jaw like enlarged to the floor. Danielle vetoing Dan at Final Four is like the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Now, secretly, Shane going was actually not that bad for her.
Yes, it was.
Well, I think it. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Ian going was right for her. What am I saying? What am I saying? I was saying she needs to be at Final 2 with Dan, but like Dan wasn't going home. I don't. There's just no reason to do it. Like, like why? She single-handedly tanked her game by, I don't know, just vetoing Dan just cause. Like, what do you think? Why do you think he's pushing so hard for this? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. This is really stupid. I think it's been talked about a lot. It's one of the craziest weeks ever, but yeah, I'll let you take it over.
Again, I don't know exactly what her rationale is. Like, I know in the episode she tells Shane, like, then Dan won't think we're as close. Like, girl, it's Final 3. Who cares? But also, maybe she thought she could still lose to Dan and wanted him to get more blood on his hand? Question mark? No, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
I think it's just he asked her a lot and then kept asking her, and then she was like, okay. Mind you, this is after he's already fucked her over like 7 times.
Yeah. Like, there was legitimately no reason. Like, she took herself from guaranteed Final 2 with, like, I'm pretty sure if she won, she was taking Dan, and I know Dan was taking her. But she had a 66% chance of winning the game and then a 33% chance of getting second place. And instead, she let Ian stay, who then won HOH and evicted her. And also, Dan would have evicted her against Ian too.
Which is a little crazy to me, but yeah. Oh, fuck, what was I going to say? Underratedly stupid too. She was like, Shane, I'm going to maybe veto Dan, but we're going to be in the final 3A. And Shane was like, okay.
Like, I'll never get over it, because she goes to him and says, okay, so if I took Dan off, and he says, off what? And she goes, the block. And instead of being like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah.
Cool.
Like, whatever you need.
Girl. All right.
Like,
all right.
Why did he want it to be you so bad if he wasn't going to evict you, Shane?
I don't fucking... Maybe he just didn't want to get the blood of evicting Ian.
Who fucking knows?
All right.
Horrendous. Like, again, like, yeah, didn't get herself immediately evicted, but she was evicted at the next possibility when she had a 2/3 chance to win the game. So
totally, and 100% chance of being in final 2.
Correct.
All right, who's next?
Okay, let's talk about. Okay, I want to talk about another one that I don't see enough people talking about. I'm glad you pointed it out to me. In Big Brother 8.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's the double eviction. Zach has been, like, everybody's been wanting the Donato split up. Even, like, on Jessica's HOH, Zach was like, Eric, veto, and backdoor one of the Donatos. Then he wins HOH and makes a deal with the Donatos. But then Jessica goes. It's Eric and Jamaica left, who have won a combined 2 competitions, one of which Jamaica, like, barely even won it because Jen threw it to her.
Right.
Versus the Donatos that have won 18 billion competitions. And Zach has the chance to veto Eric or Jamaica and take out a Donato. And he just doesn't do it.
He just doesn't do it. For no
He,
reason.
like, I know his rationale is that he needs a Donato in the end to win. But even then, if he takes out Danielle there, Dick is still taking him to finals. Dick is not taking Eric or Jamaica because they're way too likable.
And then no one can beat them. It's free. He wins the game if he uses veto.
Correct. Like, unless Eric wins the power of veto at Final Four, but even then, Zach was the HOH. Like, Dick always gets evicted over him. He's guaranteed Final 3. Unless, yeah, because Dick can't win HOH, so he's guaranteed Final 3 because everybody's saving him. And then, what, Jamaica's going to win Final HOH? Like, no. And even then, honestly, I think Eric probably takes Zach to the end over Jamaica.
Probably.
So I think he's probably guaranteed Final 2, unless specifically Jamaica wins HOH and takes Eric to the end, which is so unlikely. But he just lets Eric leave and lets the Donatos win every competition.
And I think he pointed this out to me last time, too. It's like, he said in his speech that it was like, because I was looking through the wiki and I was just looking at the charts and I was like, holy fuck, I completely forgot about how stupid this was. He had the chance to split up the Donatos and he decided to go to the Final Four with the Donatos actively. And his speech was like, I really want to take one of you guys out, but I gave you my word. And it's like, girl, we're at Final Four and they fucked everyone else over like a million times. Like, what are we doing? Fuck your word. Like, don't go to Final Four with Dick and Danielle. Are you kidding me? They're the only ones who can ever beat you in anything. It's monumentally stupid, and people need to talk about that more, because I actually think there's a really good shot Zach wins Big Brother if he just uses the veto at Final 5. Yeah, because it was the perfect opportunity. And again, for those who don't remember, I believe, was it Dick HOH or Danielle HOH?
Dick was the HOH. Danielle would have gone.
Dick was HOH, put up Jamaica and Eric, which stupid, by the way. And Zach, well, I guess not stupid because Zach was with them. Zach won the veto. So if Zach vetoes one of them, Danielle is forced to be the replacement. They take out Danielle. Final 4 is Zach, Dick, Eric, Jamaica. But instead he chose not to use it and sent home Eric. Dumb, idiot, stupid face. So yeah, I don't know if you got anything else to add to that.
No, I was just going to say, it's like we talked about with the HOHs. Like, McCrae's HOH is underratedly bad because it was in a double eviction and it went by so fast. I don't think people, like, remember this happened. And I think more than likely, if it's not a double eviction, I think he realizes what the correct move is and doesn't do that.
Correct.
Like,
correct. I think if he has a little bit of time.
Yeah, like, say what you want about Zach. He's not the best player. I think he generally knew what he should be doing at most points. I think it was just too fast for him to fully comprehend what he should be doing at that moment. But even then, it's still ridiculously dumb.
Yeah. Okay. Next, I'm going to talk about one super quick that, Ryan, we have this debate every single time, and I don't care. I'm going to put it in one fucking video, and I don't care what Ryan says about how they were screwed anyways, because sometimes you could be screwed anyways and still do something super stupid, and this was the most egregious of, like, everything they did. So, oh, God. 12. Why are we at 19? It's the Big Brother Canada seasons in the middle that always really throws me off. 15. Okay, 16. Okay. Devin vetoing Brittany is so fucking ridiculous, and the way he did it is so fucking ridiculous. I understand he was fucked and going home anyways, but just him going from targeting Brittany to Brittany going, I am a single mom, and then him being like, okay, I won't tell anybody, and now I'm going to veto Brittany and put up a member of my own alliance, is, even in Devin world, maybe one of the stupidest things I've ever seen in my entire life. And I understand he was going home anyways, but I'm putting it there because it is, like, hilarious. And it is, like, I can't even begin to comprehend the rationale. So it's there. I understand he was fucked anyways, but I'm just putting it there just to have some more on my list.
Yeah, I mean, it's still not great, but also, like, he vetoed the person that, my favorite part about it is that he vetoed the person that the alliance was going to keep anyways. So didn't accomplish any. Like they were like, okay, we want Pow to go home, and he said, okay, I'm gonna keep Pow on the block. That'll really get Zach out. Like King again. Like I think he did worse moves. Like I think again he was screwed anyways. We have different perspectives on that. Like he was
I agree. He was screwed anyways.
he was never going to do anything in the game, but like he was going through extreme withdrawals, so I give him a pass. King.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I told you about that. He did an interview with Sharon. I told you that he was like a hella withdrawn from something. I don't remember what he
Okay,
was.
well, I don't really. You think I listen when you say things?
Yeah, good point.
All right. Lay another one on us, our dog.
Wow, that was anyways. Let's talk about we had a little bit of debate in this one earlier. I think Lauren vetoing Vince, not only just as a move, but also the way she did it was not good. What the fuck is
Just keep talking. I got it.
It's like we don't really care because it got Riley out and that was best case scenario, like Queen. But like she vetoed Vince, who would have been safe anyways, just factually. Like the Riley votes would not have been there for Vince to leave. I don't exactly remember what they would have been, but yeah, because
Vince would have been safe, yeah.
Because Vince was the swing, but Riley would have been the swing in that case, and Riley was never evicting. So Lauren got one of her closest allies evicted instead of getting Morgan evicted, who, I don't know if you guys know this, Morgan fucking hated Lauren the entire time and is the one that later got her evicted. And it's not only the fact that she, like, you can argue, like, but she still saved her number one ally, better safe than sorry. It's like, I guess, sure. But also, like, there was no way he was going home just at all, period. The numbers were there. Yeah. And it's also the way she did it. She was, like, she wanted to veto him the entire time, but was extremely non-committal about it the entire time. And then she didn't tell Rachel until, like, the last second, and Rachel was like, okay, I'm gonna nom Riley then. And then she was like, okay, but I think Rachel Riley is bluffing. What the fuck are you talking about? You think Rachel Riley's bluffing? Yeah. Are you stupid? Like, yeah, I stand Lauren Queen, but what are you talking about? Like, genuinely, what are you doing?
I think she was just really awful whenever she held power. And I think, I'll cut her some slack because, like, vetoing your number one, sure. You never know in Big Brother. Like, hindsight's 2020. Riley realistically shouldn't have gone home. It required Mickey winning the blockbuster. And, like, some crazy last second flips. Like, it's a hard thing to predict. No one thought Riley was going home ever. But, she vetoed her number one. But the way she went about it was just atrocious. Atrocious. Now, she was able to survive a good deal longer. So, it's definitely not top 10. But the way she went about it this week was just, like, if she just went up there and was like, sorry, this is my boy, I'm going to veto him. I can get behind it, but it was the wishy, like, because it could be to her detriment, like, if she loses Vince's trust there, but, like, it's not like Vince was loyal to her anyways either, so.
I do want to point out, this is also after Vince had already blindsided her with the Adrian vote.
Right. So, maybe don't use it. Yeah. No, you're right. Okay. We gotta move on, though. We got a lot of people to talk about, a lot of dumb vetoes. Unless you got anything else to say, I'm so sorry. I don't want to cut you off.
I don't. I spoke my truth.
Okay. I'll do a bother here. This is really, really stupid, and no one ever talks about it. And it is... Oh, my God. I can't get over this. I cannot get over this picture. This is a masterpiece, but we're just going to move on past Big Brother Canada Jace. Where is it? You know what? I'll talk about a different one because I'm scrolling this far and we're already here. So
I don't even know which one you were gonna get.
yeah, well, I'm gonna keep it a secret because now we're at this fucking haircut. My God. Speaking of bad haircuts,
With King.
I need a side of him and Jace from Big Brother Canada. The big two. But Daniel. Look at these two, aren't they cute? The big two.
Content people come to TOUTTE.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll leave them sitting there staring at us. Okay. We all know how dumb this was. But basically, Daniel and Nicole had just been viciously blindsided by the Amira vote after being morons and in control. And then Nicole and Taylor go up, right? And they're like, well, obviously everyone hates Taylor. And so Monty goes up to him and is like, hey, Nicole's gonna go home. Please, don't do this or you're gonna lose your best friend.
Bryce, you have it a little backwards.
Okay.
Indy and Alyssa are nominated.
Okay.
And Daniel vetoes them.
Right. So he's like, don't use it. Or Nicole's gonna go home. And then Kyle is like, hey, we should not use it because I want to play my showmance for some reason.
No, Kyle also wanted to use it at this point, but
eventually he didn't, though. Eventually he was, there came a point in this where he was like, Daniel, please, we can't use it. We need Indy and Alyssa to go home. He was actually shockingly hard, really pushing to Daniel for them to not use the veto. And Daniel was like, no, fuck you. Monty obviously is lying to me because he wants to protect Taylor, even though he would then be nominating her to go home in this scenario.
He's not very
and the entire house just blindsided us. So I'm going to use the veto and somehow expect for Nicole to have the votes to stay and be shocked that she doesn't, and then say that I knew the whole time and the season's boring. So, yeah.
I don't know. First, I would personally put this in your Bryce category. I don't necessarily know if I put this bottom 10 just because one, he was kind of already in a shitty screwed position anyways to an extent, not as much as other people, but also again, to my recollection from listening to RHAP about the season and keeping up with feeds, I'm pretty sure at the beginning of the week Kyle wanted her to go, but I'm pretty sure by the time Daniel came to him and said, Kyle, we need to use a veto, I'm pretty sure Kyle was just like, yeah, cool, sounds good to me. He wanted Alyssa to stay at that point. I think he was caving and letting her go, but I don't know. Part of me still feels like Kyle would have saved Alyssa anyways because that's what he was wanting to do. And again, Daniel he had no longevity in the game anyways. So it's kind of whatever to me. And Indy were at least still two people that were on his side. Yeah, he lost his number one, but he still was saving, at least he wasn't saving someone who was actively against him.
That's true. No, that's true. The way I remember it is, I feel like I followed this week really hard. And I remember Kyle. Yeah, Daniel. I think Kyle wanted Alyssa out more than you are remembering.
He very much did for a while.
I remember him fighting actively with Daniel about it, and Daniel being like, "No, Kyle being like, please, don't use it," and Daniel be like, "No, we're using it," and them being in fights about it. And like Daniel actually had a little bit of inroads to get back in there with Kyle and a couple other of them. So, like, I don't think he would have gone super far, but he wasn't in as bad a spot as you would necessarily think. But this just completely tanked any chance he had.
It's fair.
But yeah, we'll talk about it more later. I don't want to talk about that stupid haircut anymore.
Mm-hmm. I want to talk again. I don't know if this one necessarily makes the top 10, but it's something I want to talk about. Can you please go grab Leah from Big Brother 26?
Sure.
Okay, so to set the stage, Leah's number one ally, Quinn, is HOH. He nominates Angela because Angela fucking hates Quinn. However, Leah wins the power of veto, and Angela is also like her number one ally. So, and it's a very clear decision to save Angela here. Mind you, on the block also are Chemo and Rubina. T-Core is not on the block, despite being a trio with them. So, Leah can do one thing. She can say, hey Quinn, I'm going to veto Angela. Sorry, I think we should nominate T-Core, because she is in a trio with those people, and we can save her anyways. Instead, what she does is go, man, Quinn, I don't know. Maybe I'll use it, maybe not. And then Quinn is like, okay, if you use it, I'm gonna put up Joseph, because I know you're close with Joseph, so I'm just gonna like threaten you without telling you it's a threat. And then Leah says, oh, dang it. And then uses the veto anyways and doesn't even tell Quinn about it. She so easily could have said, Quinn, sorry, I'm vetoing Angela, but she said that if I veto her, she will do whatever I want. And Angela did. Angela saved Quinn the next round and saved Joseph this round just because Leah told her to, even though she didn't want to. Angela was undyingly loyal to Leah, and therefore, at that point in time, would have been undyingly loyal to Quinn. But instead of just saying, Quinn, this is what's happening, also don't put up Joseph, that's really stupid, we need him. She plays coy about it, never actually tells Quinn what she's going to do, blindsides him, and then lets him put up Joseph while knowing that he was going to. Instead of, like, Quinn so easily could have been talked down into nominating T-Core instead. Like, easily, because Quinn knew Joseph going home would be a horrible thing. But he just let it happen anyways because he just didn't think Joseph would go home, even though, like, half the house hated Joseph. It was very much Quinn's fault, but it was also very much Leah's fault. And it's like, vetoing Angela, not a bad move. Leah needs that number. But she also needs the Joseph number and just willingly, essentially, let him walk out the door where she could have prevented it. It was a horrendous move.
Yeah. It is one of the things. Leah's one of the weirdest players to analyze of all time because she just has such a weird game. But it's one of those things where the move wasn't bad. It's hard to predict Joseph going as well, but like the way she went about it was awful. So
again, not necessarily like the way Joseph went home was unpredictable, but going into that week, Chelsea was actively targeting Joseph, and Chelsea, like, if Leah and Quinn, like, people were telling Quinn to nominate Joseph. They should have known that there was a good chance Joseph.
Oh, for sure. It never should have happened.
Like, the fact that Joseph almost didn't go home was kind of just, like, circumstance of people being, like, weird and not, like, at the beginning of the week, if Joseph was on the block, it was a surefire thing he was going home, and it was kind of a miracle that it almost didn't happen. But, like, they both should have known that he would leave, and they just let it happen.
Right. All right. Am I cool to move on? You got any other thoughts?
I mean, you don't have anything to say?
I feel like I said my piece. I feel like it was a fine move, but like stupidly executed, and I kind of agree with everything you said.
Okay.
To be honest. Yeah. Okay. Let's do one that I think will be both that I was looking for last time. Jesus Christ, Scott. Okay. All these white backgrounds are really getting to me. I'm looking for Jesus, Joel.
Are you Polly?
Yeah. Polly not vetoing Zakia. is so fucking stupid. It's actually unreal especially because I feel like when he won the veto, people were like, obviously you're gonna save your showmance, and he was like, oh, I'm sticking with my boys. And this was like peak, like Paulie was controlling the game and on his little tirade and like, saying Natalie had fake tits and whatever.
I think he put that after the veto.
It was probably after, yeah. And that kind of made the entire house flip on him. But it's like, your showmance is on the block. She's at risk. Like, she's at risk. Everybody expects you to save her. And you don't, just to kind of be a douche, and then you're shocked that it blows up in your face. Like, there's actually, like, not a shred of logic to him not vetoing Zakiya. And it directly, like, leads to his demise. Like, this decision costs him the game a lot because he had a lot of power, especially with Zakiya there. It was dwindling, but like, this just handed them a shot at him on a silver platter. Now, do I think he's gonna like fucking win the game? Like, I don't know, but there's just no reason for it, and it led to the little clink 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 fight where Devon's like, "So he won, and you're here," and she's like, and then she still like got back with him. I don't know. It was just bizarre. It was like, it's like, I don't get it. It's really stupid to not do that. So that's all I'm gonna say. I get he thought she was safe, but like, okay, have someone else be safe. Like,
yeah. No, it doesn't make sense, especially considering like Corey won the next HOH, so Zakiya also would have made it through that, and then like just having one extra number at the final, he goes home at 8th place. Having one extra number there at final 8 is massive. Especially like, honestly, if Zakiya's there, like Paul and Victor won that HOH. Like Victor won the HOH, but like Paul was telling him what to do. Like Zakiya going was a possibility. Like they still probably target Paulie. Like he is the bigger threat, but like Paulie was also closer to them than Zakiya was. So like there's a chance he could have talked Zakiya into going home over him. Again, probably not, but like having an extra number there is still absolutely massive. And even like Zakiya being somewhat of an in with like Michelle and like he could easily like even like he ends up on the block next to Corey. If Zakiya's there, she might be able to pull something and like convince them that Corey's a bigger threat than Paulie. Like you never like it's still unlikely, but you never know what one extra number can do for you. Like it's a massive difference. So just being cocky and not using a veto just for the fuck of it when nobody would have blamed him for using it, like it there's no reason. Genuinely none.
Okay. Yep. Wonderful. Look at us agreeing. 2 in a row.
Let's see.
Can we go 3?
What have we not talked about? I feel like we won't make it 3. Because I also wrote down MJ saving Chemo and backdooring Leah again.
Yeah. I mean, duh.
Again, like, you know who she should have vetoed? Angela. You know who she should have put up? Rubina. Split up that duo who are actively targeting you. Meanwhile, Angela and Leah are completely loyal to you because they don't have anybody else in the game. She actively took out somebody that was loyal to only herself. She won HOH and put up the only 2 people in the game that were undyingly loyal to herself and not any of the other 4 people. It is really, 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 really stupid.
I'll just put it here to fill up your list. Yeah, I agree. And we talked about this last time, so I don't want to like reheat nachos, but like, duh. Don't take out someone completely loyal to you because someone else just says so when there's people not loyal to you right in front of you. She still ended up with a chance to win somehow, but it hurts. It's brain melting.
And again, at the time she's vetoing Chemo, not only is he not even getting his loyalty from it, like Chemo and Rubina are still targeting MJ until Chelsea noms them in the double. But also, when MJ went to Chemo and said, Chemo, I might veto you. He told her to her face, yeah, but is that good for your game? No, Chemo, it's not. Like, he actively was saying, really? Like, I'm going after you. Are you sure? And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna backdoor Leah. Like, it's... I forgot until right now that Chemo told her to her face, like, that's a stupid move, and she still fucking did it.
Yeah. Great stuff from Chemo as well. Okay, I can't talk about this anymore. I've done it enough. How about I piss you off instead?
Okay, yeah, put Jessica on there. I'm not talking about it more.
Oh, I wasn't even going to do that. I'll throw Jessica on there too. But we're not even going to talk about it. But that Jessica week really is like, wow. So let me do that. And then I'm going to talk about another one you apparently disagree with that I didn't think you disagree with. Okay, Cody, Jessica. Let's go to Mr. Jeff. You were telling me you took this off the list, so I was surprised, so I'm excited. We're probably going to beef about this. I think Jeff could have won Big Brother 11. Maybe, I guess I'm wrong, but I thought Jeff had a really good shot to win Big Brother 11, and he actively tanked it by falling for Kevin and Natalie's trap, vetoing Kevin and putting up Russell. Like, I feel like if he just splits up Kevin and Natalie, the other one goes next. He's at fucking Final Four with him, Jordan, Michelle, and Russell, and I mean, he can win the fucking game with a couple of comps. Like, plus it's not like Michelle and Russell were really like doing too much, like competition wise. And maybe, I guess, maybe there's some chance like everyone was after him anyways that I don't know about, but it's like, I mean, Kevin's such a big threat that season. Kevin and Natalie are competition threats. You've been after them the whole game. You gotta be stupid to think that they're gonna target fucking Michelle. And also, you've got to, I don't know, just stick with the people that you've stuck with the entire season and don't flip on them to take out Russell? Like, why? I really think Jeff vetoing Kevin and putting up Russell is really stupid. And I'd like to hear why it is not. So let's, what you got?
Firstly, I've always been of the opinion that I don't believe that Russell and Michelle would ever take out Natalie over Jeff at that point in time. Russell said on his out to Julie that he would have stuck with it, but even if he meant that, I think Michelle could have easily talked him out of it. Second of all, the end game of Big Brother is very competition focused, and at this point in time, Kevin and Natalie had won a combined 1 competition. Michelle had won 3, and Russell had won 2. They had more wins combined than Jeff and Jordan did. Just statistically, if you want to YOLO it and like comp out at that point, which like Jeff is such a big target, I think he needs to comp out. At that point in time, Russell and Michelle just were proven better competitors. And even so, at Final 5, Michelle wins that veto over Jeff. She wins another one. They just are better competitors straight up.
Sure. Okay, that's fair. I am of the opinion they would have stayed loyal. I do believe that. I think people forget how fucking divided that house was. Like, they fucking hated each other. I think they would have taken Jeff and Jordan to the Final Four. Like, I really do.
Again, because first of all, even if they do take them to the Final Four, then it's still, you need a 50-50 comp out, and that's still extremely risky. But also, I'm not going to buy that they're going to target fucking Natalie Final 5. She was such a complete non-threat. Nobody was ever voting for her to win, and she had never won a competition. I don't buy that they're targeting Natalie over Jeff and Jordan.
I do. They fucking hated her. They hated her down, and that was a really personal season. Michelle had the fuck out of... Like, Michelle had Jeff and Jordan's back that season, like, really hard. Like, throughout a lot of the season. Like, she was very loyal to Jeff and Jordan. Like,
but
was not a lot of times she ever really considered flipping on them. Like, she kind of was sheeping them, like
She never had
low
the
key.
numbers to do it. Every time that she was loyal to them, it was because she had no other option. If Russell's still in the game, who is more loyal to her and she's more loyal to him, Jeff and Jordan are the biggest threat standing in the because like if they take out Jeff at Final Five, then their competition is Natalie and Jordan. You're not
I
telling
get
me
it's the right move for them to take out Jeff and Jordan. I just don't think they do it.
I think if they have an entire week to think about it, I don't see a world where they don't do it. I'm sorry. I just really don't.
I think they take out Natalie. I really do. I think they stick to their alliance because they have an alliance and they want to stay loyal to it, and they fucking hate Natalie and want her to kill herself. Like I really do.
I really
at the very least, like
Russell didn't
I think
even
Russell was loyal to them. Yeah,
Russell didn't even play like that. Like Russell voted for Natalie in the end. He didn't.
he did.
He plays on gameplay. He does not play that emotionally. Like
Well, clearly not, because Jordan played better.
No, he actively said, "I like Jordan more, but I don't think she did anything in the game. I'm voting for Natalie."
Cool. I still think they would have taken out Natalie. I do.
I
But we can agree to disagree. And I just think it just tanked the number because they also let of any loyalty they have. Like they betrayed Michelle. They went into Final Four with instead of 4-1 with like a potential flip, 2-3.
I completely get where he was coming from because he was taking out a bigger competition threat while Kevin and Natalie had not proved themselves at all.
I guess, but it 4-1 to 2-3 directly evicted the next week. Like I think it showed.
Even so, like Michelle was genuinely like the potential target or backup target from Kevin and Natalie because, like, if Jeff or Jordan wins that veto instead, Michelle does go home. Even like, there's a chance that Kevin doesn't break. Yeah, because Michelle won more comps. Like she was still loyal to Jeff and Jordan, but she would have gone home over Jordan at the very least. If Jeff won that veto, Michelle's gone.
Okay, well, that's because Jordan's a great player.
And that was because he was a non-threat, and Michelle was a better comp player. And the end game is comps.
But they would take out Jeff over Michelle.
And that's still questionable. Like Kevin did
you,
have.
So you unironically think Russell and Michelle would turn on Jeff, but Natalie and Kevin wouldn't, even though they actively did?
Yes, because Natalie is a non-threat and Michelle was a threat.
I just disagree. I think they 100% take out Jeff over.
They nominated
Michelle.
Jeff. Like Jeff, probably. Jordan, no.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe. Probably.
And again, even so, like Natalie was still hesitant-ish to take out Jeff because they did make a like word deal, and she still hated Michelle.
Right, but they did. Like, they actively betrayed him
against Jordan because she's a non-threat. If it was Michelle, there's still a chance that Jeff stays there.
And I think there's a much greater chance that Russell and Michelle just stick with him.
I'm not ever going to get on that page.
Okay. Well, we can agree to disagree. Let's move on.
Let's see. What have we not talked about yet? We want to talk about Frankie?
Sure. Yeah. Should have talked about that last time.
Okay. So it's the final... What? I think this is the first final 8? Maybe? No. The first final 7 of Big Brother 16? I don't know. There's still fucking Battle of the Block for some reason. They try to target Donnie, but he wins the fucking comp with Christine because he finds every single bone in the dark. And then he wins, and Christine says, Donnie, where'd you find all those bones? So now Cody and Beast Mode Cowboy are on the block, I think. So then there's 3 options to get nominated between Victoria, Derek, and Zach. And Frank, let me check who won that veto. If Cody won the veto, this is actually less bad. Hold on.
I thought Frankie won veto.
I feel like he did, but I want to double check.
If Frankie didn't win veto, he can't be on this list.
Oh, duh. Right. Hold on, let me check. Because I actually didn't make
I'm
sure.
99% sure he was HOH and veto.
I'm pretty sure you're correct, but yeah, Frankie wins the veto. And he vetoes Beast Mode Cowboy. That's fine. Good move. But your replacement nominee options are Victoria, Derek Levasseur, and Zach Rance, your like pseudo showmance that is obsessed with you.
Yeah.
Bryce, in this situation, do you A, take out Victoria, stick with your boys, B, make the swing at Derek after you already just tried to get him evicted the week before and they all know about it. Like Nicole exposed, everyone tried to throw the battle of the block to get you out. So you can nominate Derek and Cody. Break up that duo that is the least loyal to you within your lines. Or C, put up the guy that's obsessed with you and get him evicted. What do you do?
I would put up the guy that would have sex with me in the jury house and have my back until the very end. It would kill everybody and probably go home for me because Derek said that he's a big threat, probably.
Woo! It doesn't make sense. Like, I'm sorry, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I know Cool Donnie, but again, Frankie's such a big threat at this point. His game has been exposed. I know he's trying to get back in with them, but everybody already knows about everything anyways, and you're a huge comp threat. They're never, ever taking you to the end.
He needed Zach bad in this end game. Like, he needed Zach.
Especially, like, there's even a chance that Zach gets targeted over him just because people are, like, Zach for some reason.
For sure. I think he actually might. This was brain dead. We should have put him in the HOH video, and we kind of just forgot. So here he is now. And I was so sad because I hated Frankie, but I liked their little showmans. And I don't get why he did it. It was just a case of like, person is big threat. We must take them out. Like, shut up.
And again, even like Victoria going would have been better too if you don't want to take an in shot. Like,
pretty much anybody else going. Like, he had HOH and Veto and took out the worst person for his entire game to go home.
I forgot about the other thing. Oh my god, keep Frankie here because I want to talk about another Frankie veto that I forgot about. Why the fuck doesn't Frankie veto Christine during the double?
Oh, I don't know. Because he was just sheeping the guys, probably.
Correct. Like, Christine and Frankie within the detonators were like a duo the entire time. And Derek wins HOH, puts up Christine and Victoria, and he just lets Christine go.
That's really stupid.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, again, you veto Christine, Beast Mode Cowboy goes up, sure, take out Victoria, whatever. Then you have 3-2, like, going into... It doesn't make sense. I've always hated that move. Again, Frankie is the immediate target from everybody else in the house the next week. You keep Christine there. There's another, but like he actively takes out the two people within the detonators that are the most loyal to him specifically, just to help Derek and Cody fucking win.
And it's just brain dead. It's brain dead. I'm glad we talked about it because people don't talk about how stupid this was enough. That was
Frankie's
really
going to be in the top 10, and it's for both of those at the same time.
Deal. I'm not going to debate it.
Like, Frankie actively makes two of the worst veto decisions in history.
Mm-hmm.
Also, even then, and the week that gets reset, he also wins the veto and uses it to target Victoria instead of Cody and Derek. 3 of the worst veto decisions of all time.
Oh, God. What a fucking dunce, bro. He actually kind of... Oh, my God. Okay. I have one more that is on both of our lists. And where is he?
Really like puzzles.
Yeah, like, honestly, almost ruined Big Brother. We saw Kelly the next season reference this as a good move. Somehow he got away with being like, I'm not vetoing myself in a position where I will go home if I don't win this next competition. And everyone's like, you're a fucking genius. And it really is moments like these that make me like really like scared for the state of American intelligence. He goes on the block and he vetoes Angela with the veto. Fun. You're going home if you don't win like the competition. And it could be like pick a number 1 to 10. You don't know what the fuck's coming. Like, however good you are. Like, this was like grabbing cash, or was it the grabbing? I don't know. It was the puzzle. It was the puzzle, right? It was. He really likes puzzles.
No, it was the cash.
It was the cash. Okay.
Balls, because Julie said, "Cue the balls."
He wins a ball grabbing competition. Okay. You could probably lose a ball grabbing competition too, and you go home, and there's a world. I was really hoping for it because people were like jizzing over it. Like, there's a wonderful world where Tucker doesn't use the veto, goes home here, and is remembered as one of the dumbest players to ever play this game. And I actually like him personally. No, sorry to, I don't. He's a cool dude, but like this, just veto yourself, But he survived, so hooray! So yeah, that's what I got.
No, I think it's even underrated because I think you're forgetting before he did this move, he wasn't like a huge target.
Right, he was in a good spot.
It was him trying to expose the Pentagon, which, mind you, Cedric also said, "Hey man, I actually don't want to make this move. I don't think it's best." And he said, "I'm doing it anyways." So not only did he directly ignore what the HOH said and then get surprised, but he also just completely blew up his spot by exposing everything he knew. When if he just kept it secret, like he was like people liked him. He wasn't going home. He was on the block as a pawn. Nobody was going after him, and he actively put a giant target on himself.
I forgot about that. He spent the first. I remember I thought he was in a good position to even win. Like with the people really liked Tucker the first few weeks. He was in a great spot. And he also exposed himself as just a gigantic comp threat, and it's this direct veto decision that made it so he had to win every single week.
Yeah.
Cool. Are there any we are forgetting?
I have a few that I want to talk about that I don't think I ever make bottom 10, but I think they're fun conversation topics.
Okay.
Number one, as we all know, in hit Big Brother season, Big Brother 14, Frank wanted to take Dan out like every single week and never did. But specifically on his HOH week, where it's right before jury starts, well, almost right before jury starts, he is the HOH and the veto holder. And at the end of the week, his final nominees are Chef Joe and Will. His nominees are Chef Joe and Will.
No, that's
he wanted to backdoor Dan. Even then, I don't think there's the numbers for Dan to leave. But like actively every single person in the house was going after him, and he nominates Chef Joe and Will. I know he thought he was in like the fake alliance or whatever, but this is after like people came in the house and like the coaches came in, the eviction got canceled. They said, "Oh, by the way, Frank was gonna go home." And then next week they do backdoor Janelle, but Frank was on the block before that, and they were gonna take out Frank. And then they just like changed their mind last minute. And then Frank and Mike Boogie are like, well, Frank's like, okay, I don't trust Dan. He needs to go. And Mike Boogie's like, no, I think we can trust our alliance, Frank. I think we can trust it. So, like, stupid Frank for listening to Mike Boogie, but also what the fuck was Mike Boogie talking about? Just nominate, like, Shane and Danielle, Dan and Danielle, fucking anything. Like, nominate Dan and Danielle and make a deal with specifically Brittany and Shane. Be like, yeah, sorry, I don't trust them. They got to go. Like, and then make a deal with fucking Will and Joe and being like, hey, I know Janelle just left. Sorry about that. You don't have your teammate anymore. Want to work together? Like, I'm not after you. But instead he nominates Joe and Will.
Right. Good job.
What a move.
Okay. What else you got?
The other thing I want to talk about, this is iffier because it's not necessarily like it is the move, but it's kind of not his fault. In hit season Big Brother 8.
Hit season.
We talked about the Donatos avoiding a thing once, but also in Final 7, Jessica is the HOH.
Right.
Eric is in the final 3 of POV alongside Zach and Amber, the 2 nominees. He's already been given instructions by America that Amber should be the target, and also America has wanted to save the Donatos every single round.
Right.
Eric then proceeds, while wanting to backdoor Danielle, to win the power of veto. And yes, he was informed after this that America did not have time to vote on what he should do with it. Even if they did have time to vote, they would not have voted to save one of the nominees. Like, ever. It was never going to happen. If you want a Donato backdoored, you lose the veto, Zach or Amber wins it and saves themselves, and you go, whoopsie, sorry, America, I couldn't control this week. My bad. I couldn't do it. Sorry. It was so easy to get a Donato backdoored. Again, him winning his veto just straight didn't make any sense. Even if he wanted to like be the one to save them, like who gives a fuck? Just let them win it. There's again, I know you didn't know that you couldn't vote, but America was never going to vote for you to backdoor one of the Donatos in the first place. So why are you winning it? You let Amber and Zach win. There again, it's not like it was an individually timed competition where you don't know what's going to happen. It was OPEV, and it was down to him, Zach, and Amber. Just throw it. It's that easy.
Correct. Also, like, sometimes he worked a little too hard to do America's bidding. Like, first of all, I always wonder if you could just say, like, fuck you, no. But even if not, it's like, hey, get Jessica to do X. Oopsies, couldn't do it. Like,
sorry, I tried.
You know?
Again, let one of the nominees win. He probably gets a thing that's like, try to get Jamaica renominated. And he's like, hey, Jessica, want to nom Jamaica? And she's like, fuck no, I'm backdooring Danielle. And you're like,
okay.
Oh, I couldn't, I tried my best.
Yep. It's crazy. It's really bad. Okay. We have hit an hour. It's the perfect time to break it down. Get a top 10 out of this.
Honestly, yeah, make the top 10 category.
Unless you have another one that I forgot.
Those are, let me double check. Yeah, that's good.
Sweet.
So
let me screenshot this while I'm here, though.
Yes, please do.
I will send that to you. Cool.
I think right off the bat, the top 3 in both, I think, are just the top 3. Like, I'm sure Danielle can be argued, but again, she took herself from a near guaranteed winning position to not making finals.
Low key, I kind of like, there's not any in the boths that I just wouldn't put there.
I'm more iffy about Polly, but I haven't looked at everything else.
Out of all of them, yeah, but like Zach needs to go in there. I'd even put Zach maybe here. I don't know.
No,
we'll figure out the order later.
I think the top 3 for sure, and then I would put Frankie above Zach because again, he had 3 really bad ones.
Okay. For Zanky. Now, I think not using on yourself and going home is worse than anything you could do.
I meant above Big Brother 8, Zach.
Okay, cool. Cool. I just think Zach was in such a position, like he could have, I think he really might win the game if he does this, but like.
Yeah, Frankie might, he was at the final 8, 6, and 5.
Cool. Okay. Now's where should we put in Tucker?
I think you put Tucker because it's like Cody's HOH where he takes himself from a perfectly fine position to absolutely tanking it. Granted, he still had some people working with him, but again, like he got no loyalty from Angela. She tried to get him out like a week later.
Right. Okay.
I'm never putting Jeff there. I'm not putting Jessica. I'm not putting Devin.
Okay. I knew this was going to happen. I would have Jeff there. You don't. It's okay. Can we put Daniel there?
Daniel, again, Daniel's an iffy one just because like nobody liked him anyways. I think Pauly can go there for sure.
Okay, cool. I mean, no one liked Frank anyways.
Correct. I don't think that's bottom 10. Again, I think
Eric didn't even win the veto. Eric winning the veto was the bad move, I guess. Yeah. I really think of these as Daniel.
I think Leah go there.
I think Leah never goes there.
She
I think of everything on the list, Leah is like the least for me.
You think Leah's better than Lauren's?
Yeah. I think the move was. I think she made the right move.
It's
all of the rest of the people like made the wrong like paper moves. Her paper move was correct.
And I don't agree that Lauren's paper move was correct.
Right, and Leah's was.
Right. Okay, I guess that's fair enough. Again, I think MJ goes there absolutely.
Sure, I will give you MJ if you give me Daniel. Are you just giving me none?
We'll look.
I
How
think
many?
Daniels was atrocious. And I
How,
do think,
how
like, he
many?
was already a bit screwed, but, like, he had something there with Nicole and, like,
How many do we have?
ish. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I really think it's Jeff, but you won't do it because you're mean.
Absolutely not. Again, like, I think Jerry's is worse than Daniel's. Jerry actively makes himself a target.
I'll
Again,
put Jerry on there.
Daniel was already a target, and him and Nicole were already going to be the next two boots anyways if they didn't win the comps.
Maybe. Kyle was already kind of in the works of, like, flipping-ish because he couldn't help it. But, yeah, he was probably fucked, but, like, this really fucked him.
I would personally, as the other one, put Eric.
I think it's such a weird. Let me think. Because what did he do with the veto?
He didn't use it.
Oh, he didn't use it because America said so?
Yeah, because America didn't have time to vote. So and he already knew America wanted Amber out. Not even Zach. America was targeting Amber. That is not a good thing for him.
Okay.
Even if you want to say, like, I said he could have thrown it when it was him, Zach, and Amber left. When he won the next round, Zach was eliminated. He could have thrown it directly to Amber.
I'm down for it. Because honestly, I still think this was so stupid, but, like, I'm not going to fight it. Like I can compromise on Eric.
On here actively made their own games worse. Like,
yeah, and Jeff went from, like, top shot of winning the game to losing the game.
I don't buy it. I really don't.
In my head, I think there's a really good chance Jeff wins Big Brother 11 if he just keeps Kevin and Natalie on the block.
I think it could be, but I think it's too much of a what if because it's so reliant on comps.
I don't think it's that. I think he gets to Final Four, and it's 2 versus 2.
Still comp reliant.
Yeah, I think a 2 versus 2 at Final Four is totally fine.
I can't get on board. You will never convince me that they take out Natalie over Jeff.
Russell said it himself.
Right when he got evicted. People lie in their fucking exits all the time.
I know, but I believe him. Like, but I don't think they ever gave any indication throughout the season that they would, like, turn on Jeff and Jordan, like, before. Like, Russell was shocked. Like, he did not expect to get turned on. Like, he was loyal to him.
It's just in the moment thing, when you see Jeff sitting there and you see Natalie Martinez sitting there, like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to ever believe that they take out Natalie. I'm not necessarily, like, I think they would, and I don't think the nominees would end up being Jeff versus Natalie, you know? Well, if one of them wins veto, I doubt they're nominating Jordan. And
they would probably do Jordan versus Natalie and put up Jordan as a pawn.
No, because it's the same thing where they're not going to risk Jeff winning the veto and saving Jordan and putting up one of them.
I think they trust him to take out Natalie.
I'll never.
I think that alliance was tight. Like, I think that was an alliance that wanted to go to Final Four with each other.
Even if you're correct, I think every single move that's on the board could still be argued as worse. So I think
it's worse because I think he can really win the game, and it's like Jerry's not winning the fucking game. But
Jerry's not winning the game because of what he did this week. He was in a.
I know this isn't going on the list, you know, because you're stubborn. But I want the TOUTTE viewers to know, not only would I have this on the list, I would have it high, and I'm standing by it. And I'll just leave it there, I guess.
If I wasn't blocking it, would you also have Jessica on the list?
No, maybe.
Okay, thank you.
But, like, of mine, like, I feel the strongest about Jeff's.
That's fair. Okay, so for the list, I personally would put Polly lower because it's like,
sure.
Yeah, the move was bad, but also he was starting to make himself a big target. I would put Eric above Polly and Jerry personally. I also would swap Zach and Tucker.
I think because of it being America's player, like, it's so weird with him because it's like.
But again, he knew America was targeting Amber.
Yeah, but it's like him winning is the thing, and not like, is that it's a weird.
but he knew what would happen with America.
I'm not going to fight it. I won't fight it. I won't fight it. I won't fight it. Okay.
I think I would switch Zach and Tucker. I would I would put Tucker above MJ as well, or like below.
No, I'm gonna just do the same argument of like MJ still almost won the game.
Well, then I would put Eric below both of them also.
Like here?
Yeah, I personally would do MJ there and then one more, but
I cannot forgive Tucker. I think Tucker, like, I would even put third. Like,
what the hell?
Because he literally didn't, in a world where he doesn't grab the most cash, he is someone who didn't use the veto on himself and went home. And in the meantime that he does that, he also actively tanks his entire game that he'd set up for 2 whole weeks.
No, that's fair. If you want to put him back above like Zach, I'd even be fine with that. But
okay, cool.
To me, it's like the Zach and Eric were so close to like winning the game, and Tucker never was. But he also, if he lost that comp, then we'd be putting him higher. So that's fair.
Yeah, and you know who else was close to winning the game?
No.
Big Jeff.
Like again, I completely understand it from a end game as comps, and Kevin and Natalie had one combined comp win. Like I get it.
I fear I even kind of want to do this, but like
I would not be willing to. Like Frankie made 3 abysmal fucking decisions.
Okay, I'm not going to defend it.
Like Frankie
maybe Zach can put up here because it was the end game. Like I can get behind that. Like Zach made a decision that lost him the game.
Hey, I'd be fine with either or.
Let's do this.
Sure.
All right, this feels right.
Is there any debate to be made that Marcellus and Zach should be swapped? I think if Zach had veto, his position for the long run is much better, and Marcellus is still the immediate target at least. Yeah,
but I mean, you're right, but like, it's just the classics, and like, this is at Final 5 and not Final whatever the fuck. And I think there was still a good shot that Zach would stay there, and he got $10,000 at least.
You know what? Fucking sure. Because I was going to say, like, I think at their points in the game where they don't use it, Zach has a better chance at winning the entire game than Marcellus does, even though Marcellus is better.
Probably, but he at least got 10K out of it.
And honestly, it is also kind of worse, Marcellus's, because, like...
What was the rationale?
Like, there wasn't any. Like, at least Zach could pretend. But, like, Marcellus also was going to use it until the very last second, and he had the whole week. Like, the eviction was 1 second away. At least Zach used it, like, a few days before the eviction, before the tides were changing. Like, Marcellus was just in the dark.
Correct.
So, I think this list looks right to me.
Yeah, I'll leave it.
Again, I would personally have Leah on there. I think the way she did that was absolutely horrendous. I'd personally have MJ a little bit higher, but I think these people on here make a lot of sense.
And I personally, the only swap I make is maybe Pauly and MJ, but like, we've debated that like 900 times over these episodes, and I'm over it. I mean, I have Devin on there, like, but like, no, we're not doing all that.
Again, when he's going to go home the next week anyways, I don't give a fuck what the fuck he's doing with the veto.
Okay. Fair enough. Maybe I wouldn't. But, okay. Well, this was fun. What do you have to say to the kids back home before we sign on out of here?
Remember to smash that like button. Epic 6-7 Fortnite, moment. How else do I get subs? What's the Poppy Playtime, Five Nights at Freddy's, Roblox. If you like and subscribe, you can win a giveaway to win 1 million Robux. That's a joke. That's a joke. He's
don't not joking. He's gonna give them to you.
Also, I trapped 100 people in this circle, and the last one to leave gets $1 million.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe, and I'll introduce you to Mr. Beast.
Right. Link in bio to 5 billion Mr. Beast coins. All you have to do is type in your parents' credit card information.
Did I tell you that one of my friends was in the Mr. Beast Squid Game video?
That's very fun.
He said he made it past red light, green light, but too many people made it, so they just offered a ton of people $1,000 to leave. So he was like forced to leave after game one.
Work. I'm out. What do I have to say? I mean, I think Ryan said really everything I was thinking. So I'll leave it there. Good night, and I have decided not to use the power of veto on myself or Ryan. So we will see you next episode, where I have a really fun video idea that I hope we do.
Okay.
Until then, good night, love people and stuff.